8 hour SoccerBeat lovers, is your boy Libzangwana Bafethu niyazi ma-chance, the real cheese cheddar, the real mozzarella. Bheka Moeneeb Bafethu, batshele Nipi, batshele Nipi. Show them, Nipi, show them. Subscribe wena money. Please don't forget, 70% of you guys are only watching, not subscribing, not commenting. I mean, please guys, do it for the love of the game. Do it for the love of, especially Amapagania Bafit, because this is your show. You know, we bring the latest to you. So please do the right thing. Click on that button, Buffet. Thanks to those that have subscribed. We are sitting on 50,000K. I'm sure we're going to be at 100K before the season starts or even during the season. The way things are going, the way Parrot is signing left and right, the way the team is looking to sharpen the saw for the upcoming season. So we can't wait for this upcoming season. So please do the right thing, Buffet, so that you can get the best content, get the latest news, and also get good insights from Coach Mark and Coach Moeneeb. You know, I mean, I got coaches there next to me, guys. Yeah, I don't. It's not just in JI. I have an attacking coach and I have a goalkeeper. I'm in the middle there somewhere or up front. So today we'll be
The
talking.
strikers coach, Cheese. You are the strikers coach. You are the technical director, my friend. The technical director, my friend. You are the conductor. You conduct the show.
Danko. So guys, today we'll be talking. I mean, we look at your comments, guys, the things that you'd like for us to discuss, and think one thing that came up was, why is that Sipho Mbule was given a 1 year contract and given a 2 year option onto that contract, So yeah, we'll be discussing that, and also we'll also be discussing players that Pirates are still looking out for, So yeah, we'll just get into the Cipo one. Mark, I'll start with you because contracts are a very, very tricky issue, man, because a player like Cipo, people are expecting the club to keep him for a little bit longer. Do you think maybe the club took a little bit of a cautious decision when it comes to the contract to give him like a 1 year and see how he does, and then maybe work his way up? Or is it for Cipo to prove himself at Pirates that, look, I'm not what you people are saying about me. I'm here to play football. I'm here to help the club. I also want to improve my career. I want to win things at this club. So was this maybe a cautionary signing from Orlando Pirates, Mark?
I think so. I think maybe the club took maybe it's a dual approach, Cheesy. One, of course, they believe that there is something that Sipo can do for the club. The fact that the club signed him, this means they do believe in what he can do. They do believe in the talent that he has and what he can bring to the club as well in terms of personality on the field, in terms of how he plays as well inside the field as well. But at the same time, they have to protect themselves. I think this from history as well with the players that maybe the club has signed before that had the same reputation that Sipo has. Unfortunately for him, that he has this reputation and this reputation that he brought to himself as well. You know what I mean? It's something that he needs to ride, and also show and prove, not inside the field, because we know what he can do inside the field. We know what kind of a player he is. We know his quality as a player and what he has done before. But now, as we mentioned that, I think in the previous show, you mentioned 5 competitions that the club will take part in. The MTN8, the Black Label, the Champions League, the League, Netbank. This is plus 50 games, maybe. Now he needs to prove himself to say, is he gonna play a key role in the club's league title race? Is he gonna play a key role in the club's Champions League race as well? Because he's being given this opportunity as well, so he has to prove himself in that regard, because of based on his reputation as a with a lot of off the field incidences that has been reported, so. But I think that the club do believe that he can do something for the club, and I also believe that he can do something for the club, and especially if he's on the right mind, if the club helps him also as well. I think there was also a lot of comments from even previous ex-professional players saying that the advice is the advices. But the advice for me is not enough. We can sit here and talk. It's not going to help you. There should be certain procedures and help that the young man needs. Even if it's a professional help from a sports psychologist or even a therapist or
Yeah.
whatever the case is, you know what I mean? And this is not just going to end. He's not going to wake up and say, I'm not going to live like this anymore. But he needs a process, So I think I'm also maybe pleading to the club to say, what else can you do to help the young man? Can we help him? But also the extensive technical team there that have done it before, like Abu Joe, that maybe that can also help him in this
Yeah.
process as well. But I think maybe the club can try and help as well,
Yeah, no. Moeneeb, this contract issues in fit, it's a bit of a problem, especially like Mark said, when you have this reputation, of antics and all these other things,
Yeah.
like what's your take on that? Like, what is it a risk from Orlando Pirates, or the team are just being a little bit cautious as well? Like I asked Mark in terms of, does Cipo have to
Yeah.
prove himself off the field? Because like Mark said, on the field, we know the chef is always cooking, is always giving us that expensive plate. Those plates, Moeneeb, when you have
Yeah.
two portions
Sure.
there, it's about 1.5,
Chinese.
100, yeah,
What do you think?
100,000.
Yeah. Chinese, those
Cutlery,
Chinese
what?
plates. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah. Wait,
kawawa.
wait.
The kawawas.
Exactly. Exactly. You must be treated like that with care. You must be treated with care. But I think Cheesy and Makes, I think this contract is perfect. You know why? Because if we look at, we unfortunately for Cipo, that his history is it. Yes, I want to use a bombastic English word here, man. Is it precedes him, or I want to, I want to sound like a bombastic word, But you know what I'm saying. So his history, he has a bit of history, and that unfortunately speaks for him, But I think the contract is perfect for one reason: is it gives. If we look at his history that that he's had with other teams, so this is all assumptions. They've given him long-term contracts, and in that long-term contracts, I think he's got comfortable and he's got complacent, and then he started the antics. You understand? So that is why I say this contract is perfect. It gives Cipo an opportunity. It gives Cipo an opportunity to work towards something. They gave him a 1+2, right, coach? A 1+2, right? And if they've got that one, so this year it's something to look forward to. And a player always, as a footballer, you always want to have something to look forward to work towards. Because once there's nothing to work towards, then you start to get complacent. And if he sees that 2 years there, and if he's serious and he wants that, he's gonna give his best. And that is what we want. That's why I say this contract is perfect. I think the club has taken an amazing decision to do that for him. They're dangling the carrot for him. There's certainty for you waiting for you, but that certainty depends on what you're going to do. The now is going to determine if you're going to get it, and that is very important for a player, especially a player like Cipo with a player of his history. But what I'm happy for, I've seen the clips as well where he looks happy, he looks smiling, he feels part of a family again, and that is what he needs. Exactly what you said, coach. Exactly what you said. This action is going to be what is needed, not this talking and all this advice and things like that. No. So where he feels at home, where he's going to feel comfortable, that is where he's going to shine. And I could see that in the clips. So this clip says a lot about him smiling and being happy in the environment, because if the environment's going to be good for him, then he's going to shine. And knowing that he's in a good environment, knowing that he can be here even longer, if he puts in the effort right now, that 2 years that's going to be added on for him is going to be the start of a Sipho Mbule revival. And that is what we want to see. And that is what we know of this player. Because, coach, when we've got a little bit of weight, I know you never had a lot of weight problems, but when we have a lot of weight problems, then you're always wearing that rain jacket, and you're wearing 3 extra tops so you can sweat even more, So I've seen him with that. So he's looking to lose that weight, So it looks positive for me, Yeah, the plastic bag. And it looks like Cipo has 3 plastic bags on there, So for me, that tells me the boy wants to be a part of this, Listen, he's home now. He's home with us now. And here we uplift our players, We do not, which is good. What is really, really good for Cipo is the fact that, yes, we have a big squad, but we don't have a squad where we have the the fear of him not being involved. He always has that. He always has that in his mind, and he should have it in his mind. Where, listen, I'm always in with the chance to play here. I'm always in with the chance to play here. But it's important how I train. How I train. So this contract speaks to all of that. How I conduct myself off from the field, how I train, which I'm sure and I have faith that Cipo will see, because you cannot get older and more immature. Yes, I'm okay.
Yeah, for
Unfortunately,
sure.
I need to tell myself that I need to speak in the mirror, because my kids are always telling me, Daddy, when are you going to grow up? But that's mentally. I'm done with the game. I did my thing in the game. But for Cipo as a footballer, I'm sure, man. I'm sure he's gonna have he'll feel like a senior player in the team now. And being in that position as a senior player, that carries a lot of responsibility. You're gonna need a lot of carry a lot of responsibility to lead this team. And Sipo has that ability. I can see it in him, in his football as well. The outside football, the outside of the field, and that will take care of himself. Because once Sipo is happy at training, he's happy at playing regularly, training well, then he won't be bored off the field. And like you say, coach, with all those games coming up now, he's going to be busy constantly. Busy constantly, So I have faith in this boy. This contract that Orlando Pirates has given him is exactly what is needed for him. The club has also thought about it, not just thought, hey, listen, here's a big signing coming here. Let's offer him a big contract. No, the club hasn't thought that way. They thought about the signing and what needs to be offered. So that carrot is there for him. Sipo, I'm not saying you are a donkey, my friend. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying the carrot is just there as a prize for you. Go and get it, my boy. You can make things happen. Go make things happen, man. You are that type of player. You are a chef, my boy. You are a chef. So you go and make things happen. Go get that contract for you. Because if I feel there's one player who really deserves it, in the sense of deserves a break in life, it's you. It's Sipho Mbule. And here it's for you now to establish yourself, my boy. Go and get this thing, coach. What do you say, coach?
I think you mentioned something very important about him being a leader, or maybe being an experienced player, and to an extent that, for me, when I look at him and I look at how young players view him, and how supporters view him as well, and he represents the typical South African footballer. You know what I mean? And a lot of young players, they look up to him. So
Yeah.
this on its own, it's a responsibility that he needs to carry, because now in himself, now he has won, inherited these millions of supporters from Orlando Pirates. He has inherited that. He has inherited the young players that look up to him, the South African players that look up to him. So now he has to make a choice to say, what kind of impact do I want to have in society? What kind of impact do I want to have in South African
Yes.
football? What impact do I want to have in the next generation of players?
Yeah.
And also, what do I want people to remember me with? He's playing for a club
Yeah.
that can set himself into, and can take him to a different level in terms of a footballer.
100%, coach.
This club is bigger than the clubs that he has played for. And it's one step away from the national team. It's one step away even from Europe, if he wants to get into that market as well. And for me also, you spoke about the responsibility. Maybe also the club should give him some set, or some source of, or maybe set of responsibility within the club. So sometimes you have those that committee team, that committee of leaders. Let him be in that committee, in part of that captain committee, where he also now will have the responsibility in terms of all the things that the club will want to be,
Yeah.
want him to be part of, technical team to be part of. So he needs to understand now the responsibility that he has. And for me, to be honest, as things are going at the moment, you can see, as you mentioned, with the pictures and the videos that we have seen, he looks happy, he looks determined. I hope he gets the support from the club. I hope he gets the support from us as football lovers of South Africa as well, and football lovers of Orlando Pirates, lovers of Orlando Pirates as well. So that also he can be the Sipho Mbule that we want, because we believe that, as I mentioned, he's top talent.
Yeah. Just 100%, coach. 100%, coach. That's all. That's what I'm saying. So what more, Cipo? What more could you ask for? You have the club support. You have the supporters backing you. You have everybody outside football in the Orlando Pirates arena, and I'm sure your family as well, wanting only the best for you. So it's for you to go and make it happen. For you to go and make it happen. Cook, my boy. Go and make things happen for there. Yeah? Coach, I think you can, for tonight, Coach, you can sign us out, Coach. I think you can sign us out, Coach.
I can be the cheese. What does it do?
Yeah.
Cheesy, the cheddar, chili.
Yeah.
Cheddar. Subscribe, guys. Also, I was looking at the previous shows, you know, the love and the support from the people, you know, the comments. It's keep them coming, you know. We appreciate, criticize if you want.
Yes.
I think we will learn from the criticism as well. And thank you so much for always following us. And SoccerBeat, keep the beat going. Eh? Does it say?
Yeah. That's it from us. Thank you.
SoccerBeat,